Shalom and greetings from Jerusalem. My name is Joan Lippis, or hashtag Joni in Jerusalem, welcoming you to Lunchtime Prayer for Israel. Well, we're still using the title These Things, because that's what Yeshua said. And now we're going to talk about false prophets. Oh my goodness, do we have false prophets today? Well, there always have been false prophets, men and women who claim to speak for and in the name of God, but whose priority and motivation is all about themselves. Well, the credential of a true prophet comes from Torah. Deuteronomy 18, as God is speaking to Moses. I will raise up for them a prophet like you from among their fellow Israelites, and I will put my words in his mouth. I will tell them everything I command him. I myself will call to account anyone who does not listen to my words that the prophet speaks in my name. But a prophet who presumes to speak in my name anything I have not commanded, or a prophet who speaks in the name of other gods, is to be put to death. Now, you may say to yourselves, how can we know when a message has not been spoken by the Lord? If what a prophet proclaims in the name of the Lord does not take place or come true, that is a message the Lord has not spoken. That prophet has spoken presumptuously. Be alarmed. Unlike the false prophets of today who love to give only encouraging messages, the Hebrew prophets were given words of challenge and warning. Often the message was difficult, even beyond the prophet's understanding. The Lord gave Jeremiah a very difficult warning to bring to Zedekiah, king of Judah. God told Jeremiah to say to the king, "Submit to the king of Babylon." Well, that made absolutely no sense to Zedekiah. Why would submitting to another king be the way to save his land and his people? So instead, Zedekiah called for his prophets, not God's prophet, his prophets, who told the king what he wanted to hear. So Zedekiah listened to the false prophets, and disaster followed. We see this in Jeremiah 27. And then Yeshua warned that there will come a false prophet who will be the spokesman for the coming false Messiah. This prophet will lure the unsuspecting away from God's truth and ultimately demand that the world worship that false Messiah. Those who do not do that, worship the false Messiah, will lose their lives because God is judging them. You see why it is so important to recognize now the false apostles, the false prophets, and God forbid anybody who claims to be the Messiah. No, 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 no. Friends, you may lose your life from the false Messiah and the false apostle and the false prophet, but that is God's judgment. But when you stand for him, he will bring you to himself for all eternity. Remember, death isn't the final step. It's only the beginning of all eternity, either with him or without him. And that's why we want to continue to pray for more discernment and understanding so you are not deceived. Amen. Amen. And with that I say Lehitraot, Shalom from Jerusalem.